a middle football coach at a small school in Ohio. I was wondering if you could provide me with some advice on creating a summer strength training program for my athletes. We lift 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and have access to power racks, bar, bench, barbells, hex bar, dumbbells, as well as a glute ham and a lat pull machine. We also do conditioning after we lift and do core. In the past, I had my athletes, pardon me, and this is where I would disagree with you, but I had my athletes do an upper-lower split training program. I would like to learn a better way to train. Thank you for all you do. Well, I can see the issue you have because you got those 2 back-to-back days. Just a thought I had. And folks, this is a very specific question with specific issues, but I think there's something you can learn from this. If you find yourself in a situation where, and for example, I do this with some of the men I work with who are weekend warriors. I said men specifically because I don't necessarily work with a lot of women who have the same issue, but this certainly could be true. Is that some people have plenty of time to train on Saturday and Sunday, but they can only get one workout in other day of the week, like a Wednesday or something like that. So when you go back to back, 2 hard days back to back, I think it makes sense to split things up. Now, what I generally do is I ask them to take a technique day. I'm thinking about an Olympic lifter. So maybe Saturday, a heavy total in the snatch, clean and jerk, front squat, maybe even press, the Dave Turner's program. Sunday would be the power day, power snatch, power clean, push jerk, back squat. Wednesday, so those are 2 hard days. Wednesday in the middle of the week, I would suggest if you're an Olympic lifter, you probably squat snatch because it's hard to make progress in the squat snatch just doing it 1 day a week, in my experience. My thought is this, is that I would suggest to you, as best you can, is make Monday a total body day. If you are doing something like Jim Wendler's 531, which by the way is very good for this age, or the Southwood program, power clean, military, front squat, bench press, doing all 4 of those big lifts 1 day a week might be pretty good. And then on the Wednesday or Thursday, I don't think it matters, is that you would cut those in half. It's pretty natural. I just see the power clean and the military press working together. And then the other day, however you work on it, it doesn't matter, the front squat bench press day. On that Wednesday, Thursday, so Monday is an everything day. So it's a hard day. And if you're doing, lots of exercises for 5x5, it's a really long day. So just be a little bit careful on that. But it's okay because it's the off season. And it's okay to get a little tired in the off season and to work, some different qualities. Let's just say, just because it's in my head, Wednesday will be the power clean military day. Well, that would be a really good day. I notice you have some other equipment in here. That'd be a good day to do the extra lower back work, the extra ab work, maybe whatever you have. Heck, even trap bar deadlifts would be interesting on that day. Thursday, because it's front squat and bench press, that might be really a good day to just keep running with it and turn that into a bit more of a hypertrophy bodybuilding day. So if this is how we're going to do this, and it's not bad, Monday is an everything day. Wednesday, more Olympic lifting with support movements. Thursday, more powerlifting and support it with whatever's appropriate. Now, you're going to have space issues with a good off-season program. Space you have a lot of athletes, not a lot of equipment. So you might want to put yourself, break it out somehow. I don't have a wristband on me. That one I had rotted off me. But if you have a wristband, is that maybe you could have just different colored wristbands and you could have a black wristband group, a on Monday, Wednesday. You could work it out. On Wednesday, the black wristband group does abdominal work, suitcase carries, and glute ham raise, whatever. The blue group does curls, tricep extensions. The yellow group does lat pull downs, pull ups, whatever. So during as you're going through the workout, you could probably break it out a little bit by sending groups around. I'm a big fan of wristbands. They're very, very inexpensive, but it's very easy to organize things. So you could also just say, okay, the blue wrist group, power clean time, you've got 15 minutes. Red wristband group, you've got, it's military press, you've got 15 minutes. Yellow and aquamarine or whatever, you guys do your auxiliary lifts. I like to see a weight room moving constantly. If you read my work, when I was a high school strength coach, one of the things we did a lot of was very organized. We called them conga lines, dun, 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 dun. So one of my favorite things to do was have the athletes go through. So you would start off by doing front squat. You would then do bench press. You would then do hurdle walkovers. You put the hurdles in there and they have to walk over the hurdles, which is wonderful. They only had to go through one time, but you have 8 or 9 athletes going through it. Next to the hurdle walkover, you could have them do bear crawls, which is wonderful. I also put tumbling mats in my weight room so they could do shoulder rolls and cartwheels, which is an amazing trainer. And then the next station would be power curl, power clean, power snatch, whatever's appropriate, your hex bar deadlift. So let's just say they go 5 front squat, 5 bench, hurdles, bear crawl, 5 power clean, 4 front squat, 4 bench, 4 power clean, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. That's only 15 reps, but the entire team is all moving at once. I love that. I had 7 front squat stations, 7 bench stations, and I'd set up 7 platforms. So we could get, right there, easily fit 35 athletes at once, and it was fine to go even more. The other thing I learned this from my 9th grade coaches is just have, when you're going to do big group stuff, have very standardized loads. So with our place, let's say, it could be as light as, even just the empty bar at the first station. You could go 45, 65, 85, 95, especially if it's a freshman group. That's a very good lift. 115, 135, and then whatever's appropriate, 165, 185, whatever's appropriate for the strongest group. And you just stick with basic weights, because what you're trying to do is get the volume of athletes going through. It's remarkable to watch. I still do that with the groups I train, and it's a great way to get things done. I know we didn't do a great job answering this question because there's so many variables, but I really like this question, and I hope it helped at some level. Let me know how it goes. Andrew, if you have more questions, email me at the podcast, and I can... And maybe I can show you some of the ideas that I used at the high schools I've worked at, okay? Thank you. We've got a question from Owen. Owen,